All right, guys, so we got Cam's car up on the hoist. We're gonna be installing the H&R springs. I'll show you them. A box right here, and these are the springs we're gonna be installing. Get a little thumbnail. There you go, just crack my back. So these are them. I'm not sure exactly which springs we ended up ordering. If these are, well, I believe it's like an 1.5 inch drop is what the forums were saying. So we went ahead, we installed the spacers already, pushed the wheels out. We're gonna be installing the springs today. It's gonna be a big job. A lot has to come apart, especially for the rear. The entire rear seat, speaker, and arm system all has to come out, along with some of the seat belts, I believe. So it is quite a bit just to get at the components. I've never done any of this before. This is a $70,000 car. I'm of course a little bit nervous. We did install his downpipe. That went well. The car is tuned. We're gonna be installing H&R Sport springs. This is the last look at OEM height. I already started taking the wheels off. You can see these are the spacers that we went ahead and installed. We got the extended lug bolts. These are the calipers that we actually painted. I don't even remember. I think they were just plain silver originally, but we painted them gold and then we added the M logo on them. So today, I believe we're gonna have to be removing all of these components to get the whole strut out. I'm gonna go 0.5. So we're gonna have to remove all of these components to get the strut tower out and then get the springs out themselves. All right, so just a little update where we're at. We had to make a couple of runs to Canadian Tire. Two major tools you will need is one of these guys. You'll need this to push the actual, this lug. You're gonna need it to push it out of there. The other one is a spring compressor, which we'll use to get the springs off. All in all, wasn't too bad. We have this side taken apart. We're gonna go ahead, get the other side, get them put in, and then it's on to the rears. So unfortunately, the spring compressor that we got is not the right one for the job. So this is what we got, and it is some type of spring compressor, but I'm pretty sure what it needs to be is like, this has to slip in between the coil where we can't do that. So what we've come to is a bunch of zip ties, and I'm gonna go ahead and break this off by hand and see what happens. So wish me luck. That's how you take springs off with a spring compressor. One bolt at a time, baby. Shots fired. So going ahead, getting the old spring off. Pull this guy out. Got that with it. This is the new spring that we'll be installing. H&R, you guys can see, brand new. And it's a little bit shorter, about 1 spiral. So it will look nice. These are for the front. The rears, I think they're a different height, but it balances out nice. All right, guys, what up? It's the next day. Quick update. We have the car up on the hoist. The everything's pretty much taken apart. We have the whole spring off. What we didn't have yesterday was the proper spring compressor, so we got this one today. Got a little too late, and by the time we got around to it, all the stores were closed. So this is what you'll properly need to take off the springs. All right, so you can see the difference it makes having these spring compressors. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bolted in. We're so close to having the first side officially installed. All right, guys, quick update on the 540. As you guys can see, it is late. It's completely black outside. It's about 9:30. We've been going all day on this project. Mind you, we did step away, had to go run out, do a couple of stuff, but the front is all done. The driver's side rear is done. I'm gonna show you kind of what you're looking at, especially with this 540. There was one video I found online, which was on YouTube, one video on YouTube where the guy didn't have this trim package. This one's got the rear shade visor. So there's a couple extra bolts that were in it, and we kind of didn't know what we were looking at. It is a lot more difficult in the rear, being you have to take apart a lot of the interior, right? Where the driver's side, it's pretty straightforward. It's more taking the suspension components apart, where in the rear, you're taking apart the entire interior part of the, I'm gonna go show you guys just to show you what you're looking at. In the E46, when we did my car, it was a lot more simple. Same with Dre's BRZ. The rear strut tower where it bolts in, it's just kind of in the trunk and you access it through the trim. Where this one, let's just go take a look. So we got the car up and you can see we had to take this entire piece out. So this is the rear shade visor. You guys can see what we're looking at. Everything's completely removed. You have to take the seat belt bracket off. You can see right there, that's what that is. A couple bolts on there. It's obviously all new to me, being this is the highest end car that I've done any job like this on. So it's been a process, and I've been kind of going back and forth through forums and watching different YouTube videos while doing the install, just to kind of make it happen. So take some of my tips, whatever I have to say, with a grain of salt. 5 Series, maybe this can help you out, but like I said, I don't professionally know exactly what I'm doing, so don't follow this 100%. You can see on this side, we have the coil installed properly. We just have to go on and torque the rear bolt. I'm working on this side, getting this one out. This bolt is very torqued on. The one video I watched, the guy kind of lifted it up to relieve some of the pressure. We have it on the hoist. You can get it out without. So I'm just gonna go ahead, get that, and hopefully get this rear put on. So hopefully within the next 30 to 40 minutes, I'm hoping I'll be able to have the car on the ground, everything put back together, and we'll have the first look at what the suspension system is gonna look like and what the fitment's gonna look like on this 540, because now it's got the H&R spacers and springs.
This is so crazy, what the fuck? What do you mean?
Alright guys, it's the end of the day and the end of the video. Back at the shop. That's the 540 here. I'll do a quick little walk around one last time and just do a little up close detailed look at all the modifications. Front of the car is sitting nice and aggressive, especially with the new M5 conversion bumper and lip, which we installed in a previous video. I'll put a link in the description. Just a look, quick walk around. There'll be much more coming to this car. We have a lot more surprises. You can see in the shop we have this stock 540. Just looking at this ride height compared to that, day and night difference. You can see in the front, and we just did a full chrome delete on this one just to give it a little more sleekness. You guys can see door handles, window trim. We went ahead and removed the rear badges, and then we wrapped a little piece here. You can see these were the stock exhausts that we had on this 540 as well before we went ahead and put the quad tips, just to show the little comparison on how this would have been sitting before the spacers and coilovers. We also went ahead and swapped out the grills with these gloss black ones for the client as well. This one also has a full straight pipe. You guys can see underneath all the way through, including the downpipe. So this car is actually very loud compared to this one. Doesn't have the tune, so obviously you gotta go with the Batmobile. I'll get a little clip of this guy before he leaves. So we're gonna go ahead and end the video. You guys can see the car is fully slammed, everything done to it, complete makeover from when it was originally in. This car went through the vinyl wrap, the front grille, the M5 bumper, lowering springs, spacers, the full aero kit, everything. And I think honestly this is probably one of the cleanest G30 540s out there. Tag Instagram or IG account if you think we're wrong and there's another one, but come on, just take a look at that. So guys, as always, thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.